Now on CoastTV News.
Charlie Kirk shooter in custody, how law enforcement agencies were able to identify this man involved with the murder of the conservative activist. DMV to go. When and where in Sussex County people can access the mobile unit to get another driver's license and other car-related documents.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. And breaking this morning, NBC News has confirmed the man wanted in the murder of Charlie Kirk is in custody. He's identified by 5 law enforcement officials as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. Now, senior law enforcement officials tell NBC News that a family member turned him into police after seeing photos released to the public of a person of interest. This is a developing story, and Coast TV will provide updates on our app and website when more information is available. And in the wake of the Charlie Kirk assassination, Salisbury University held a vigil to remember the conservative activists. It was hosted by the SU College Republicans. Kirk did a lot of outreach to young people, hosting events on college campuses to debate political issues. SU College Republican President Colin McEvers says this loss hits close to home.
I believe anyone should be able to express their viewpoints, their mind, whatever it might be, because we have freedom of speech in this country. People should not be killed or murdered or assassinated in this, like what's happened in this case, just because they're speaking their mind. And there's nothing controversial enough to justify anything like that.
Kirk was answering questions at a student event at Utah Valley University this week when he was shot and killed. Another vigil in our area is set for Sunday night in Georgetown. It is organized by the Delaware Republican Party and the Sussex County Republicans. According to the Delaware GOP, the candlelight and prayer vigil will be a time of reflection, remembrance, and resolve. Vigil is scheduled for Sunday at 5:30 p.m. at the Georgetown Circle. The deadly shooting has sparked a lot of reaction online. On your screen now is a meme posted by a teacher in Wicomico County, and the meme shared by the teacher depicts President Trump whispering to Kirk, quote, "This Epstein thing won't die. Going to need you to take one for the team." Wicomico County's executive, Julie Giordano, is calling for that teacher's job, and Wicomico County Public Schools did provide us with a statement that says in part, quote, "The posting of a meme and comments in relation to a very serious incident has been unexpected, unnecessary, and unwelcome disruption to school and school system operations," end quote. All right, now we are working towards a sunny and possibly 75 day in Rehoboth Beach. Here's a live look from the boardwalk, perhaps some beach chairs there as well. Our First Alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono, joins us with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt. Yep, people trying to soak up those last few days of summer before we turn the calendar over to fall. Boy, I'll tell you what, picture perfect conditions in Lewis. Bright blue skies, calm winds, 76 degrees there, dew point 67, so there's a little mugginess in the air. But I'll tell you what, it's picture perfect. We have that northeasterly wind flow. We're at 75 there in Georgetown, 77 in Seaford, 74 in Delmar. Winds are out of the northeast at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We're seeing clear skies, high pressure building into the mid-Atlantic, and that's going to keep us sunny and dry for today and through the weekend. There's that gorgeous look into Rehoboth where they're at 73 degrees there. Folks enjoying the beach, and we are on our way to highs in the upper 70s along the coast, 77 to Lewis through Rehoboth and Dewey. Ocean City, 77 degrees. Do have a moderate risk of rip currents today through Saturday, so keep that in mind if you're trying to soak up those last few days of summer. Believe it or not, we're going to be trending even warmer as we push into the second half of the weekend. More highs in the low 80s, and it's going to be an absolutely picture-perfect weekend. We'll talk about how long this beautiful weather is going to stick around and when we may see some rain chances sneak back into the forecast. We'll talk about that coming up here in a little bit. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. This morning, a Seaford man is facing a number of felony charges after his arrest this week by Delaware State Police. Now, on your screen is where the arrest took place in Ellendale. Troopers say 38-year-old Dwayne Green was committed to Sussex Correctional Institution on felony gun charges and a DUI. Green is a person prohibited from possessing a firearm and or ammunition, and according to state police, he has a suspended driver's license. In Fenwick Island, a search continues for an 82-year-old woman who was reported missing near her home on Madison Avenue. According to Fenwick Island Police, Kay Klein, who you see on your screen, was last seen near Atlantic and Bunting Avenue around 4 p.m. on Thursday. People living in Fenwick Island are being asked to check any ring cameras from that time. Mayor Natalie Magdeburger told Coast TV Klein liked to take walks on the beach, and she added they have multiple agencies involved in trying to find her. Heads up for drivers in Lewis. The city says the Savannah Drawbridge is undergoing scheduled maintenance this morning. Crews are set to complete this work by 4 in the afternoon. The DMV on-the-go mobile unit is back in Sussex County for the 2025 season. According to the Delaware Division of Motor Vehicles, the traveling office operates 3 days a week now through October 30th. Mondays, it's at the Lewis Transit Center. Tuesdays, you can find it at the Milton Cheer Center. And Thursdays, that unit heads up to the Harbor Freight Shopping Center in Seaford. The agency says the unit is open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Coming up, Highway 5K. Now, that charity event is a kickoff to the opening of the long-awaited Millsboro bypass. Coast TV News Midday returns after this. Tomorrow, the public is invited to experience the new North Millsboro bypass in a fun way. Before it opens to drivers, DelDOT is hosting a charity 5K. Whether to run or walk, that's up to you. The almost 3-mile path is highlighted here on your screen. Officials say proceeds will benefit the Be Positive Foundation that supports children with cancer. And after the 5K, the road is open to bicyclists. The North Millsboro bypass officially opens to regular traffic on September 22nd. So here's what it looked like earlier this month. The new alignment connects 113 and Route 24. DelDOT says it intends to relieve a traffic bottleneck that we've all experienced in that downtown area for years. The new bypass even includes a separate multi-use trail. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, 5 o'clock, it is Down and Distance. 5:30, Scoops and Score. Your game of the night, live Bayside Conference High School football. 6 p.m., Decatur hosting Y-High. At 9:30, you can watch 1CW Pro Wrestling. 10:30, it's Nittany Game Week. And finally, at 11, catch the final score. So along with that Decatur Y-High game on the DSM Plus, you get that one and then these exclusives. 6 p.m., watch as Kent Island hosts Middletown in high school football. And then at 7, we got 2 games in Delaware. Sussex Central hosting Woodbridge. Kate travels to Lake Forest.
Well, if you're playing hooky today, you must have paid close attention to our weather forecast because it is bright blue skies out there, 73 degrees in Ocean View, a beautiful afternoon, mostly sunny skies, highs in the mid to upper 70s. Elaine Castellana of Georgetown, Delaware, you're the winner of our Paul Davis umbrella. Coming up, we'll talk about a spectacular weekend ahead and when we'll see those rain chances creep back into the forecast when Coast TV News Midday continues. Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this for a Friday on Delmarva. Bright blue skies, beautiful conditions at the coast. We have a light onshore wind, 73 there in Rehoboth Beach. Folks strolling on the boards, taking in the sand this morning and into the afternoon. Highs generally in the mid to upper 70s. Could see a few lower 80s the further inland you go. And you can see temperatures right now, 72 Indian River Inlet to 76. Long Neck, we're at 76 there in Laurel to 75 in Milford. There's that northeasterly wind flow. It's going to continue. We still have some coastal flood advisories lingering. Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico. Through the high tide cycle, we could see up to a foot of inundation in those low-lying areas. Down through Accomack County, that runs through about 7 o'clock tonight. So we're clear, dry, under the influence of high pressure, and that's really going to be the case really through the weekend. You can see it's quiet all the way back through the Ohio, Tennessee River Valley, all the way up through the northeast. Now, the mugginess, well, we're going to see a little uptick in humidity here over the course of the next few days as we introduce more of a southeasterly wind flow over the weekend. But I'll tell you what, picture perfect weather, 79 Georgetown, 80 Federalsburg, 78 Cambridge. We'll see highs in 78 in Princess Anne. So clear skies through the afternoon. Early evening, any plans will fall into the lower 70s to mid 60s inland. And tonight could see a marine layer kind of roll in early Saturday morning, maybe some patchy fog to start. But by the afternoon, rolling into the sunshine, upper 70s to lower 80s. And it gets even better into Sunday, I should say even warmer, lower 80s for a good bit of the area as we go into Sunday afternoon. So we're kicking off the weekend with the Walk for Prostate Cancer. As I mentioned to start, could see a little fog to start, little marine layer, but by the time the race starts, sunshine 71, 75 by around noon, highs 79 on Saturday to 81 on Sunday. Rain chances stay at bay really through about midweek. I think by the time Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, we could see some shower activity roll back in. High pressure is really going to dominate early part of the week. Still some uncertainty how that system to our south is going to behave, whether it pushes up the coast and brings some showers, some drizzle, kind of similar to what we had this past Wednesday. Could be the case next Thursday into Friday. We'll keep a close eye on that. The tropics, we are in the peak of Atlantic hurricane season, keeping a close eye, I should say the National Hurricane Center keeping a close eye on this wave coming off of Africa. Could develop into a tropical cyclone over the next 7 days. Has about a 40% chance of development there. Here in Delmarva, it is quiet, dry, and beautiful. 80 degrees on Monday. We'll see a high of 77 on Tuesday under partly cloudy skies. Partly sunny skies into Wednesday, 76, and then we're keeping a close eye on that shower chance as we go into next Thursday with a high of 78 degrees. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris. Fall isn't just for football, it is for marching band, too. The Delmarva Sports Network is covering 6 marching band competitions featuring over a dozen schools from across the peninsula. These competitions will stream exclusively on DSM+, and the first one is scheduled for Saturday, September 20th. And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4.
Hope you're having a good Friday so far here along coastal Delmarva, but at 4 o'clock, if you tune into Coast Life, we've got even more fun coming your way. It is Friday, which means we've got a sweet, cute, adorable little puppy to introduce you to for our pet of the week. Some more fun with our friends at Kids Catch. You know, we like to get a little competitive, play some games here on the Coast Life couch as well. And we're also going to be chatting with a local author. All that fun is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
The killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk is prompting editorial decision-making across TV, social media, and other parts of the internet. TikTok says it will remove videos that show close-up views of the shooting. Online gaming platforms are removing more than 100 experiences or user-generated games related to the shootings. This is as of Thursday afternoon. Meta is applying a warning label to video of the shooting. Chipotle is expanding to Asia for the first time. The Mexican restaurant chain announced a partnership with a leading South Korea-based food company. The plan is to open the first Chipotle restaurants in South Korea and Singapore in 2026. Chipotle already has several international locations, including 60 in Canada, 20 in the UK, 6 in France, and then there's also 2 in Germany. Sunday Night Football on Coast TV. September 14th, the Atlanta Falcons visit the Minnesota Vikings. Coverage on Coast TV begins at 7 p.m.
There's going to be wagging tails, garden sales, and some community fundraisers at the Delaware beaches this weekend, so stay tuned for your cool things to do.
Okay, congratulations. You made it to Friday. The weekend is just about here, and there are some can't-miss events happening along the coast. Coast TV's Christina DeRobertis has your cool things to do.
The kids are back in school, and for us, summer might be over, but for the dogs, it's prime beach season. There's no more restrictions, at least in Dewey Beach, and this Saturday is Dewey Dog Day. The town will celebrate dogs taking back the beach at Van Dyke Avenue from 10 to 2. The town will be offering discounted dog licenses, plus giveaways and prizes. And while the dogs are having their fun, volunteers will be pitching in up and down Delaware beaches for the 38th annual Coastal Cleanup. DenRec is hosting the event at more than 45 sites statewide, and you can join in from 9 a.m. to noon. In Rehoboth Beach, the Rehoboth Art League is hosting its 2nd annual native plant sale from 10 to 2. Visitors can learn about native species, browse garden designs, and pick up plants from local growers like Bellaterra and the Inland Bays Garden Center. On Sunday at Shellville, a fundraiser in honor of Ryan Ennis, who passed away this summer after a 4-year battle with cancer. Proceeds will support his wife and 2 young children. And finally, our last cool thing to do this weekend is an annual event. It's organized by our very own chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, and we're here with him today so he can tell us more about the Walk for Prostate Cancer.
Well, this is something we started last year, and that was the first run. But this time around, we're actually going to be providing what's called prostate-specific antigen test, or PSA blood test, where we're going to screen folks as they show up for the walk with our partners, with BB and all of that. And we also have a lot of other things. We have some icy treats as well as children's books for the kids. And also we're going to have a cookout after the walk. And for those who want to register at the very last moment, 8 o'clock on that day at the Cape and Open State Park. And then we're going to have to walk at 10.
It's going to be a great event for a great cause, and you can find all of the details and the link to sign up over on CoastTV.com. Just click on Cool Things to Do.
Mostly sunny skies in Laurel, just a few puffy cumulus clouds there. 76 degrees on our way to highs in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. And you can get your forecast anytime by dialing that First Alert weather phone. We'll have a look at your 10-day forecast right after the break. A mostly sunny Friday if you're making your way out to the Crooked Hammock this evening to pick up your packets for the Walk for Prostate Cancer. Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams will be live there. Coast TV News at 5 and 6. Temperatures falling into the lower 70s in Lewis. Mostly sunny skies, and hope you join us for the race tomorrow there in Cape Henlopen State Park. I'll be there along with Matt, many other the Coast TV News personalities. 79 on your Saturday, mostly sunny skies, moderate risk of rip currents today and tomorrow. So keep that in mind if you're trying to soak up the last few weekends of summer. 81, mostly sunny into our Sunday. We'll have a front comes through late Sunday into Monday, a dry front, and we say primarily dry through the middle part of next week. It's late Wednesday into Thursday. We'll see a coastal system that may bring some shower and drizzle activity back into the region, but overall trending pretty dry through that extent of that 10-day forecast. Matt.
All right, thanks, Chris. Good to see that we're going to have good weather tomorrow for the walk, and thank you for watching us here on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and don't forget to join us later for Coast TV News at 5. Until then, have a great Friday, everybody.